Hey everybody, welcome to episode 16 of the Subscription Podcast. I'm Paul Chambers.
And I'm Chris George.
And this is where we dive into everything subscription, membership, and recurring revenue. And I'm going to start off telling you I'm a little bummed because I have had my eyes on having Elon Musk come talk at SubSummit for how long now, Chris?
Forever.
Forever.
Since we started.
Since before Elon Musk was super cool to everybody. And I think between Tesla and Starlink, Elon's going to be one of the biggest leaders in subscription in the world. So Tesla announced the other day that they're going to move their full self-driving out of beta, come on version 12.
Okay.
And right now you can get Tesla full self-driving for $199 a month. If you're in the beta, you can sign up for the beta program or whatever. But I think this is going to make it a massive, massive subscription. Imagine all these Tesla owners out there with their cars that can drive them anywhere at any time.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
Do you think people sit in the back seat when the car drives them?
Well, legally you can't. And I think the seat has sensors in it. But we're not far away from that. Would you pay $200 a month to have your car be able to just drive you and you just sit back?
If I knew it was safer than me driving, yes, but I'll be scared.
Yeah, it is so I've got version 1.0 of the hardware of the autopilot, and there's a few moments where it's not perfect, but version 2.0 of the hardware and the full self-driving, if you're watching the evolution of this on Twitter and different places, it's amazing how good it is. You watch the YouTubers and stuff like that. But see, I use it right now if I want to glance at my phone real quick and check a text message or something like that. But imagine just the car, you just get in and it just takes you places.
Yeah. Or you're drunk and tired.
You probably still shouldn't.
Because you wonder about that.
Yeah.
That's a good future.
I mean, look at it's the evolution of Uber and where these things are going. So between that and Starlink, Starlink's, they just keep every 3 days they're just shooting satellites up.
Yeah.
I found on Twitter the other day, showed a video of one of the Falcon rockets taking off, and my kids are like, "What is that one?" I was like, they do this every 3 days now. They send 100 satellites up.
What are they doing with
50
them?
to 100. They're all the Starlink internet connected satellites, and so they keep deploying it to different countries and different areas.
I wonder how often they have to send new satellites because the other one's outdated.
I wonder about that.
Would they just kill off the old ones? Because technology changes so fast.
It does, and I think that's where you're gonna have a bunch of space junk up there and everything else around that. But
space pollution.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a real problem.
Oh,
there's thousands of satellites up there, and so
they ever crash into each other?
They sometimes will burn up, and I don't know. I haven't researched this a ton, but I mean, do you think we could get Elon to SubSummit someday?
Probably not.
Anything's
funny
possible.
Story about that actually. This is great. So we're at my house.
Your reaction to probably not was too fast, by the way. Okay.
I know. We're at my house. It was Father's Day. And my dad, he loves Tesla and stuff. And he's like, I've been trying to get a hold of Elon Musk. Do you know how I get a hold of Elon Musk? And I about lost it.
Yeah.
But he's like, I tried calling a number. I'm like, hey, Dad, he ain't just a phone call away. He's not calling you. I mean, it was funny, but he believed he's 82. He believed he should be able to call.
Why did he want to get a hold of Elon Musk?
I don't even know. I was laughing at the first part of it. I don't even know. I think he has some theory on something he could do better, probably. But.
I mean, look at that. He could get to him through Twitter, and with enough effort, enough time, he
probably not.
Yeah. I think the answer to that in person is less likely.
Yep.
Get him there in person. I think virtually is possible.
Yeah.
Or being in the right place at the right time. We're going to be back in Dallas again next year. If we're in Dallas the following year, if we stay in Texas, they're based out of Austin. That the trip isn't too far. Could maybe make it happen. And Tesla's based out of Austin, so it's possible. Not likely.
Someone from their team though. We'll get someone from their team.
Yeah.
I know you want Elon, but the guy's
I just feel like we'd be good friends.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? We have a lot in common.
Yeah.
We're both super smart.
Oh boy.
We both love Teslas.
Yeah.
Have admiration for outer space and things like that.
Yeah.
Lots of talking points.
I'm sure you're the only other person that's like that.
Lots of conversation.
You two are just a match made in heaven.
We are. I also said to my wife the other day, I was like, I think Ryan Reynolds and I would be good buddies.
No, me and Ryan Reynolds would be good buddies.
No, Ryan's got kids. No, he's we have way more in common with Ryan Reynolds than you.
No.
Yeah. The real Ryan Reynolds, not the Ryan Reynolds from that one company. Yeah.
Okay.
That's SubSummit. So I think, I think Elon's going to be a large leader in subscription and membership and recurring revenue out there. So we're going to keep working at it. We're working hard to bring somebody from Starlink or Tesla to SubSummit next year. So if you're out there listening and want to come to SubSummit, we'd love to have you. Because I think there's a lot to talk about, and a lot of things to share. So on that note, let's dive into SubSummit for a minute, because last podcast, Bradley, Alex, and I did a little like behind the scenes type conversation of what we saw. But you're a lot of feet on the ground there, talking to the partners, talking about new technologies that are rolling out. What are some of the things that stood out to you at SubSummit? Where do you see like these new solutions that are being rolled out there?
I really love what Mountain and Tatari are doing, because they're able to allow you to run commercials on the streaming services, and they're able to track the success of the commercial based on like the IP address.
So this is like Hulu running a commercial in between content, in between like you're watching a show.
Yep.
And so they provide a service that allows that to happen.
Well, that, and if the consumer makes a purchase, they can track it. So remember with TV ads, it was like impossible, right? Whether you might have to have a different phone number to know if they called. You might put a QR code on the screen, but they actually look at the IP address of the individual when they made the purchase. Was the ad running, or did they see it that day?
Wow.
And they're able to track the success of the streaming ad.
Okay, so
it's a huge deal.
I'm watching an ad for something, for Spotify.
Yep.
And then I go and sign up. They're going to attribute that sign up to the ad on Hulu that I might have seen.
Yes.
Who does that? Which service?
Tatari and Mountain.
They both do that.
They both do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then another is what Grapevine's doing with social whitelisting. They're all growth hacks, right? So with the social whitelisting, they're able to use third-party creators to write content that then lead to the conversion of your product, because the third-party creator is writing unbiased opinion around the product or service that you might be offering.
And Grapevine is formerly My Subscription Addiction.
Correct.
Okay, so tell me, like, did they share any numbers or any data with you about like the effectiveness of that one over the other?
Yeah. So,
like, do people believe it? Do they look at something like that and they're like, yeah, but like this is probably paid content?
yeah. Let me break it down to you simply. If there's a third-party blogger, will write a blog of like their feeling of like Mirror versus Peloton.
Okay.
Right. If Mirror was running its own ad, you would see an ad for Mirror, and you would click on the ad, and you would land on Mirror's website, and you would, of course, Mirror is going to say they're the best product.
Yeah, and I'm less likely to click on that ad because it's just like, for me, it's a brand recognition thing at that point.
So this third-party creator writes an article about their opinion of Mirror and Peloton because they tried them both, and you're interested. So you're going to say, well, I want to see what they thought. You're more likely to click on that ad. And then you're reading what they thought about Peloton, what they thought about Mirror, and then at the end, they kind of give their opinion. If their opinion is, I preferred Mirror, the consumers are more likely to click on that and land on Mirror, and it was like a 30% increase in conversion. Now, it was less clicks to the site because they're going to a written blog first, but they were seeing much higher conversion rate, decrease in acquisition, and it makes sense, right? It's like when we're looking for a restaurant to go eat at, we look at the review of John Doe that's like, oh, the Italian was great. And it's like, we go.
Yeah.
It's the same idea.
Yeah.
But you're getting a third-party creator that gives you their experience with the product. And, everything that's happening with all of the social PPC ads, this is a way to really diversify your top-of-the-funnel traffic. You're getting a higher quality consumer, one that's more willing to make a purchase. And the consumer feels better about it because they got an opinion. Right. Like the way they're written, it shows like, some of these creators go in detail about like what they liked and didn't like, and they're telling you their opinion. And you might read that and think that Peloton was better still because it was better based on what your needs are.
Are these brands then taking this content and like putting it on their landing pages and different things like that?
No, it all lives on My Subscription Addiction.
Okay, so it all lives on their website, but still you could link off to it if you want social proof and things like that. And they're seeing a 30% increase in conversions?
I mean, as much as 50% with some.
Wow.
It doesn't work for every product. It works for products where your decision is based on a little bit of research you might do.
Okay.
So like skincare lines.
Got it.
Right? It's not going to work for like a t-shirt brand because you look at the t-shirt, either you like the design or you don't like the design.
So like Obvi, their supplements and
sure, absolutely.
People are going to be researching the difference between Obvi and maybe something else.
And that blogger might say, I use these supplements for 30 days. I saw this.
Got it.
I try, and this is why I like it.
Yeah. And it's that social proof. And the bloggers are actually trying it out and they're writing.
Yes.
But then the difference here is then the companies can go and pump ad dollars behind that.
Correct.
Because they partner with Grapevine on this, and it's just a way better spend of the ad dollars.
100%.
Yeah, that's brilliant. They were part of the omnichannel workshop there at SubSummit. Any speakers that stood out to you? Like anybody you listened to that was notable? Like I liked Robbie Baxter's subscription pledge. Like I don't know if you caught it.
No, I didn't get.
I know we're always like in so many different places as SubSummit happens, but she had the audience had to pledge their commitment to the customer and to the relationship. And what was really cool about it is, I talked with her about this on one of her lives recently on LinkedIn about like hiding the cancellation button. And I admitted to her about, we did this with Gbox back in the day. Yep. And you and I would like go back and forth on this. We fought about it a little bit because, the call to cancel solution, and we tried it and we learned some lessons with it. But that was something that she did, like allowing people like less friction.
You should be able to cancel just as easy as you can to sign up.
So has your opinion changed about that over the years?
Yeah, for sure. I think you can't be afraid to communicate with your customers.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to stop them to cancel, you don't have a good enough product, so put a better product out.
So this would be one of those few moments where you admit I was right.
Well, so my decision was based purely on the business revenue.
But
so I might have been right.
But long term, like
no,
it wasn't
long term,
the right play.
But we still got acquired and we were okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you just can't come forward with
nope.
that. Yeah, right. Not a chance.
Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah, I like a lot of people gave good feedback on Ben Parr.
Yes.
His AI talk. He had lots of like
Jay always does great.
Jay from Bold, he talked about like membership programs and layering in there. And I think I was thinking a lot about this the other day. Like there's so much room for membership that's untapped potential out there. I can follow the Savannah Bananas on social. I love what they're doing. I think they could roll out like a really cool membership program.
They're so entertaining.
They're so entertaining. And they care so like I think they found their hook when they just started like they really started caring about the customer. And that's what we talked about a lot this year at SubSummit was the engage and rich theme. And, so you take somebody like the Savannah Bananas, so let's dream on this for a minute. Like, what do you think a team or a minor league team, like we've got Jimmy John's Field here locally, what would you see in a perfect world membership program for somebody like those?
I mean, probably similar to the way some of the other baseball teams are doing it, where you pay a monthly fee, you get access to the field, you get to sit in whatever section you like. There's certain sections where you can sit any seat, kind of first come first serve. You get discounts on apparel, you get discounts on the stands.
Oh, that's good,
right? So it's like 10% off all food and beverage, or you get 20% off team apparel,
free hot dog,
or free hot dog every game. Hot dog.
See, I think somebody like Savannah Bananas would have to take it a step further. Yeah. Like they're super creative in what they do, and you don't want to alienate, fans of like, you only get on-field experience if you're a member. I feel like they could do something like the merch discount is a really good one. I feel like, that free hot dog, free popcorn. Popcorn's so cheap. Give away free popcorn all day.
There could be something cool like golden ticket. Every month a fan gets to do some dance with them on the field. Like they incorporate a fan.
Golden ticket opportunities.
Yeah, actually, because they play so many games, it could be like 30 of them a month or something.
It could be something simple like be featured on TikTok.
Yeah.
You get to come in and do a TikTok dance. Or,
with us. Yeah, we tag you.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. There could be some fun things there.
For sure.
Yeah, I think, what Jay was talking about with that in subscription or in membership programs is there's just a ton of potential to create more value and to build greater relationships with your customers via membership program. I mean, you look at you have to be a member of Costco to shop there. Who won best membership this year? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a complete blank.
Walmart?
Oh, Walmart Plus, yes. Yeah, Walmart Plus and the value that they provide. And, we talked about this on the webinar with them about, just caring about the value that's out there.
Yep.
What's going to be interesting to see with Walmart that happens is they're starting to roll out EV chargers at all their locations. I'll be curious to see if they roll in discounts on EV charging for Walmart Plus members.
That's interesting. Oh, it's not free?
No. Any EV charging you have to pay for. Even Tesla you have to pay for. It
should be free for members. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but that gets expensive.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, you're paying for the kilowatt hours, so you're paying for the power. I think, like Tesla does this. If you're a member of the Tesla charging, you can pay a monthly fee into the Tesla charging, supercharging, and you'll then get a discount on your kilowatt hours.
Yeah.
We ran the math on this. I think it was a podcast you were out of town for again. And I ran the math on this, and based on the amount that I charge my car, like at my house right now, it'd break out to some savings, and you'd save on the monthly cost on it.
What does it cost you a month?
To charge my car, like $150 a month. It's like having a gas station in my garage. It's amazing. It's always.
And you would spend how much in gas normally a month?
Same, like probably a little bit more based on driving.
Yeah.
It breaks out to like some cost savings. For me, it's more about convenience, and it's just overall like better environmentally, sort of thing. Yeah. But that'd be a fun.
But environmentally, isn't there an issue like with the batteries?
No. So Tesla does full recyclability on the batteries. They're fully 100% recyclable.
Oh, nice.
Tesla will take them back in. We'll take the components that are still good, recycle the bad ones, and then reintroduce them.
Oh, good.
At least that's what they present on their website.
Yeah.
So I go based off of that information at the current time.
Yeah.
But it'd be a fun like Walmart Plus feature to see them roll out. All right, so back to SubSummit partners and solutions. Anything else that stood out to you on some that were in the expo hall?
No, those were the two biggest ones I think I saw.
Yeah,
there was a ton in there, right? So there were so many opportunities, but people can check out the different brands on our website.
Yeah,
sponsors.
Yeah, I know. We brought FeeHop came back this year.
Yeah,
they have
FeeHop.
a really cool, unique way of merchant processing.
Correct. Yeah. So instead of paying the processing fee, you pay a flat rate monthly fee.
Yeah.
So there's a processing fee and then there's like a bank charge, and then it's usually the credit card processors add a fee to it, right? Whether that's a percentage point or not. They don't charge you that. They just charge you a flat $200 or $300 a month. And there's brands I know that are saving, $5,000-$10,000 a month on it.
What's the inflection point where that starts to make sense? Because you're saying like it's a couple of cents per transaction. There has to be like a certain number of subscribers where it starts to make sense.
I don't know that number, but I do know in a lot of cases the lower the average order value with the number of subscribers, even better, because you have a 10-cent transaction fee. Right, that's a huge amount sometimes. Yeah. Right. Bigger purchases, you save on the percentage, but let's say you're only doing a couple hundred transactions a month, then it's not worth it. But as you start to grow, definitely becomes worth it. And it's easy. They got a calculator right on their site. Actually, you can just type it in and it'll tell you your savings. Yeah. Yeah, we don't even have to guess.
So on the flip side of that, there's a lot of the retention stuff. And this was, the theme we talked about at SubSummit this year. Outside of Engage and Rich, like it's a year of retention. Yes. And so Butter was there talking about what they do to reduce churn. Yep. And I think they've saved companies tons of money.
But FeeHop does the same thing. But they re-represent. They've got solutions to rerun the credit card that's failed, right?
So it's called re-representation. Sorry.
Yeah, re-represent. So everybody's got a percentage of failed credit cards that are involuntarily. Card didn't go through. And, brands have account updater and all that. However, like what Butter does and what like FeeHop does is they've got data around when they know to rerun the card. They've got tools to notify the customer the card didn't go through. They got, whether that's through text message, whether that's through email. And that becomes really important because in some cases, especially people using a debit card, the best time to rerun a card might be Thursday at 4:00. Yeah. Right?
Got it. And their systems have that data to know the best time to
rerun the card. So you're not just sitting there trying it 5 times because your system says it's going to try 5 times, but it's just 5 days in a row. Yeah. Well, don't waste a Tuesday at 1 when it didn't process Monday at 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So if you're new to the subscription space here and you're listening to the podcast, that involuntary churn, that's a huge opportunity to keep your subscribers and to have good.
Yeah, because they didn't even know it didn't go through. And they might be waiting for the product and they want it, right?
Right.
And if it's subscribe and save products, things that they need in their household, you're doing them a service by making sure that payment goes through.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And if they still don't want it after it's being re-represented, they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
But they didn't cancel voluntarily, so they want the product.
Yeah. Bradley, I'm going to come to you in a second. I want to know who you think was the coolest booth. So I'm going to let you think on that for a second. Like coolest looking booth, the best presentation there. So start pondering that. I'm going to come back to you.
If you remember what it looked like, the floor.
He was all over.
Oh,
that.
I remember. I was all over.
Okay.
I was all over. I have one immediately in mind, but it's more for function than it is look.
All right, so I'm going to come back to you. In the meantime, we got to work. Shopify has to be at SubSummit next year.
Yeah.
They have such cool things are rolling out. I saw on Twitter today 2 big things. They're rolling out a much broader implementation of their email marketing. They're starting to do some really cool stuff with email marketing. Now I know you've got great tools out there like Klaviyo, which a lot of conversation around them if they're continuing to innovate and continue to grow. In exchange to them, I've seen SendLane just making really big waves in what they're doing. But Shopify, like everything's built into one platform, which is really cool. And then they also rolled out a new creator solution today where creators can like automatically interact with a brand and engage with the brand out there.
Shopify is really just cornering everything.
I know.
Because that's like affiliate marketing. They're creating this like creator marketplace. So you don't need things like impact or like.
Right. And so but they're really big on the plugins and the ecosystem there too. And so it's like they create this like little mini conflict of interest.
We need a Shopify zone.
I think for sure. And that's absolutely something we're going to focus on next year. Yeah. We're working hard to bring the Shopify podcast live there. We had a couple really cool podcasts go live this year at SubSummit. So if you have a podcast and you're out there listening, reach out to us because we'd love to give you time on our stage and record one of your podcasts live out there. It's a really fun way for us to give back to the community, create some great interaction. So that was a fun thing we did this year and we'll continue to do. But I'd love to see them even more represented next year among a lot of the other platforms that are out there. But Bradley, for coming back to you now, who stood out in your mind? Who is the best, coolest looking booth?
So for me, it wasn't, and I'm going to have to remember their name, it was more functionality. And I don't think we had it last year or years before. They were doing headshots.
Darwin.
CX,
That's what it was. So Darwin,
CX.
The immediate thing I said is, I'm going over there. Like, if I am, not filming, I'm going to go over there. It gets me right in. Yeah. And, I don't know if, like, there was some sort of, was it free? Or was
it was free. It was free as part of what they're doing.
110%, I'm there.
You talk to brands about this, Chris. You tell the brands, like, do something cool. Do something engaging.
You have to. It makes the experience better for the customers. The attendees are more likely to get people to stop by your booth.
Yeah.
Give them something of value if you're going to talk to them.
Yeah.
Enough of this, like, put your card in for an iPad. Like, give them something of value right there on the spot. And they probably just ask for your email address and they give you a free headshot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it's such a great investment that you can make. I remember SubSummit 2018, one of my favorite booths was Canada Post. They had the dome hockey. There. Oh, gosh, I'm a sucker for a good game of dome hockey.
Butter Payments had a nice booth.
Yeah.
It was just nice lounge. It was nice furniture. I like those lounges because it makes it like not intrusive. You can go hang out there if you want. Take a break and answer some emails. And if you want to chat, we'll chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like those. And then who else had a cool booth?
Created interaction points. And we did that this year within the app. We did meetup zones.
Yep.
We're going to expand on that even more next year with doing more meetups and table talks and experiences and opportunities like that. The Host a Buyer program, great way to get to SubSummit for free.
Brands. And for the suppliers to meet brands.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were cultivating meetings for you. So, brands, solution providers go to events because they want to meet people. Yeah. We handle that for you. And next year, it's going to be even better as the brands are going to be picking solution providers they want to meet with. So you're getting a really hot lead that you're going to be able to meet with.
Yeah. Yeah. And like as a merchant, we all know there's solutions out there we want to explore. We want to look at and see if we can keep finding better partners and better ways to do things or find partners that we didn't know existed before. So the Host a Buyer program, you get a free ticket to the event, travel and hotel reimbursement, and then you have these opportunities to meet with these suppliers that maybe you wouldn't, you'd have to wait for a cold outreach or, so you say like, yeah, I'm interested in growing my email or I'm growing my marketing or I need a partner for pick, pack, and ship and the program matches you, which is really cool.
Yeah.
A great way. I've participated in this before at other events. I know you have too. I've always found value in it.
Tons of value.
When I've done it. Yeah. So Bradley's out there getting his headshots and sorry you didn't get to do that this year, Bradley.
I know. I thought about quitting midway just to get it and then signing back on.
You know what, guys, I'm done.
I mean, I took the camera for 15 minutes.
Chris did.
You know
he
what?
did.
I don't.
But he took it from
you're
Alex.
Right.
I did. And like that was the hardest 15 minutes of my life.
So much work. That's so heavy, isn't
It's
it?
heavy as hell.
Yeah. What are we going to buy Alex next year? Because I feel
We
like
were going to do a shoulder rig.
Yeah, you have to give him a rig.
We
he
wanted
did
to do
put
a
a
shoulder
complaint in
rig.
with HR about his back.
Yeah.
No.
We need a rig for him. That was insanity.
Yeah. No, we'll do a shoulder rig for next year.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Just-
Depends on how
I'll
much it
ask
costs.
I was going to say, I'll ask for money ahead of time.
How much are those things?
They're not that bad because they're just, like. Is
it less than 1,000?
Framing and yes.
Okay. Less than 1,000. Yeah. We can do that for Alex.
Yeah.
we'll do
for
it for
Alex.
But not for you.
Not for you.
No, not for me.
Look, we both immediately
Yeah.
go, not
Yeah,
for
there
you,
was no
Bradley.
immediate answer.
Because you got like the little tiny Bradley's out
In
walking
fact,
around
it's
with
coming
a
out of your
GoPro.
paycheck.
That thing, yeah. Well, it's my equipment anyway, so.
Did you get
It's not like
a
it
time
was-
lapse of the expo hall setup?
100%. Oh
did?
yeah.
How'd it
Yeah,
look?
I got plenty. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I mean it is. There's just to see so many people there.
I'm a sucker for
interacting
a
with
good time
people
lapse.
and- oh yeah, no, I got plenty of those. Don't worry. I knew you needed them.
Oh, you did the
I-
video
I,
wall setup a little bit too, didn't you?
That was Alex.
Okay.
That was Alex.
Yeah, yeah.
He did some of that, but I was doing, because I think I was editing the Wurst Subscription at the time that he was doing all the setup stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And
I got plenty other time lapses. So
Yeah, it always amazes me just how every year how much bigger the stage gets and the things we're doing. And we continue to invest in those things, and it's been fun to kind of see that take shape over the years. So speaking of the Wurst Subscription, if you miss it, if you weren't at the event, you can find it on my LinkedIn, and I've got Chris tagged in there in different places. But that was a fun thing as well. The Cube Awards, the interlude videos.
Yep.
Chris and Bradley came up with a subscription and pitched it to us. You did not invest in it.
No.
Why not?
It was a bad idea.
it's pretty straightforward. I
I
appreciate that.
You don't like bratwurst?
No, I do. But these guys have another company, like they work for us. I can't have them distracted.
Yeah, I think that's the main reason why.
It has nothing to do with the fact that it's delivered by hand for each
So if you want to check it out,
Unscalable.
actually,
Yeah,
the other place you can catch the
unscalable.
video, the full video is on theworstsubscription.com. Spell it however you want. We have all the domain names. But it's Wurst, Wurst, subscription.com. And I mean, it's a bratwurst subscription.
Yeah.
I actually think one person that could bring this business to life in real life would be John Roman
You probably could.
with Carnivore Club and the Carnivore
yeah.
Club team.
Yeah.
They know how to ship meats.
I felt really disrespected for a second until you said the carnivore.
Well, you know nothing about shipping meat.
No, but I know everything about building a subscription.
Yeah, I understand that, but like that's half of the battle.
Now I'm upset. I'm going to build a company.
Well,
called
you and
the
John
best,
Roman could.
the
First
best
of all,
bratwurst
you passed on
subscription.
this. You passed on this investment, so
No,
don't
no,
even.
yeah. If you gave them $50, your mom gave you $100. You actually robbed your mother.
Well, it was a co-investment.
You know what, Bradley and Chris, if you're
I got
listening,
paid for
I
my
will
time.
give you $300 to kick Paul out, and I will be the new
I
investor.
don't understand how this so unfolded so quickly.
Yeah, that's it. Bradley,
So-
you in? $300. Paul's out.
$300 is multiple
And
packs
Paul's
of bratwurst
out.
at Costco.
Bradley, I'm going to tell you
Paul's out.
as you consider what Chris brings to the table and what I bring to the table. Chris is going to bring you $300. I'm going to bring you still the buffet of Paul Chambers' brain,
What about my brain?
$50. And I'm also going to bring my partners, Good Ranchers and Carnivore Club, to the table.
First of all, those guys like me way better than you. Hey, my buffet is much bigger in this
Let's call
brain.
John Roman right now and ask him. Who's
John
gonna
Roman's on
co-invest
my
with.
team.
You just said earlier that you think it's a bad idea. Now
know,
you're going to
but
buy
like
it out
now
for
I got, like,
$300.
You know what's like when you like
quickly
your
it changed.
like when your girlfriend breaks up with you and you go start some crazy business and Paul just pissed me off and now I'm gonna build this amazing business.
This is a revenge business.
This is a
for him.
revenge business.
Listen, keep that in mind as you choose your partner here, which has dramatically changed from the original episode. No, where Chris is like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said to me. I don't know. So it was a fun video. It was a fun.
Yeah.
You guys did a great job. I know, Bradley, you're burning the midnight oil. Skip going to the hockey game with us so you could finish editing that video.
Yeah, I mean, I was well worth it. I was happy to spend the time to do that.
When we did the first watch of it, my brother and I with you, we were crying, laughing.
The second part 2 is so good.
Oh yeah, part 2 and part 3.
Yeah.
The Shark Tank up.
Yeah,
the-
but part
the
2 is still
tank.
just
Part 2 is really good
amazing,
too. Yeah, there's a lot of funny things in that, but the final tank episodes. We've got the full episode, the full 12-minute of all 3 episodes combined into one master episode on the wurstsubscription.com. You can check it out. On that note, I think we've got through a lot today.
Yeah.
The last thing I'm going to float out to you that was announced recently, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on this, is a Spotify Premium subscription.
Okay.
And so it's beyond premium. It's for high fidelity audio.
Okay.
And I did some research on it, and it's 2 years in the making for this. They were supposed to launch it in 2021. They're 2 years behind on this. What do you think the market potential? Do you think that's a smart move by Spotify?
I'd have to hear the sound. I don't even know.
Well, I don't think it would matter to you. I think it would matter to like true audiophiles where there's it's lossless quality. They refer to it as. So like audiophiles who really like want to.
So the Spotify music's going to come in clear?
Even more clear than it does now. And so somebody like Bradley, like you commented earlier when we were talking about this before we started recording, would you even, you're an audiophile, kind of.
I listen to Spotify every day for hours. It's my most used subscription. I've never once thought that it wasn't high quality enough. And also, like, there's a setting there already where you can do even higher quality. And I still didn't need to do that because, streaming and data, like, it wasn't worth doing it. So,
do you think they delayed this because they're like testing demand, or they found like, we announced this, there wasn't enough interest or demand?
There's no way that works
for something like that. But when you look at where Spotify's like main revenue stream, they get a ton of revenue from their subscribers. It's like a way higher profit margin side of their business versus the advertising. So like layering in that next level of subscription, because we always talk about like giving consumers choices leads to more, more success in the program overall.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they actually roll that out. The rumors started swirling on Twitter again the other day, and then the news stories started picking it up. So we'll see what happens on it. But you vote no.
I vote no.
You vote no. But you don't know what you're listening to.
I know everything.
All right. Next time I want to dive into, next episode I want to dive into. I realize what you just said.
Yeah, that was a really delayed reaction.
Next episode, I want to dive into loyalty programs a little bit more and talk about what some of our favorite loyalty programs are, because I think that's a big membership opportunity, membership potential. So we'll dive into that next episode. But for today, this has been a good episode 16. Good recap of some of the great SubSummit sponsors and partners out there. Cool things that they're doing. You can find a lot of them at subsummit.com if you're curious to see what some of those partners were this year. Take a look at some of the other videos that we have out there from the event. They're going to start rolling out, and check out the wurstsubscription.com. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you like this episode, give us a rating. That always helps us out. Like, comment, and share. And the number one thing you can do for us is, if you really appreciate our podcast, share with a friend. It goes a long way, and we really appreciate sharing our knowledge with the community. And feel free to always shoot us notes if you think there are topics that worthy for us to discuss on the podcast here, because we love getting those things out to the masses. Until next time, we'll see you on the next episode of the Subscription Podcast.